It says I'm live, but I've got weird crap going on now. Dagnabbit. Refresh. Everything is green and orange. Well, I'm gonna just start playing the stupid thing. I don't know how long this is gonna last. It is 8 in the morning. I shouldn't be having these problems. Can y'all hear me? Gosh, that's fuzzy. I mentioned it was 8 in the morning, didn't I? Well, when OBS says it's green, YouTube says it's red. When YouTube says it's green, OBS says it's orange. It's so weird. Well, anyway, not sure how long this will last. Is my video playing? It looks like it's playing. It's just a little behind. Okay, cool. So, you know, if anybody's internet is capable of purple, I'm sure mine is. 'Cause it's terrible. We can get great download speeds according to everybody, but they failed to mention that they don't bother with good upload speeds in our location. I was like, who in the middle of Pokeokes nowhere is gonna want actual upload speeds that are good? It's not like anybody on there's using the internet. Durher. Ugh. I don't know how people in Australia do it, because evidently they have worse internet than everybody. Supposedly. And I'm like, I was like, so what am I doing wrong? Because I'm supposedly have the good internet, but because I live in the States, but I think that's lies. Can't figure out how to do it. It is summer, it is 8 a.m., everybody should be sleeping in, there should be no traffic right now. Dagnabbit. Well, I'm gonna trust the universe and believe that YouTube telling me everything's red is terrible, and ask if anybody has questions and stuff. Let me see, or do I have announcements? Time zones. Rainbow internet connection. Just in time for June. Okay. The problem with doing the cry tag is precisely that it is 8 in the morning and I haven't been awake for 2 hours, which is a period of time you should wait before singing, before otherwise it's gonna sound terrible. So, give me a few minutes. Alrighty. Brother Swan. Oh, that thing. Currently no plans to return to Brother Swan. I concluded the first little thing just to give first little small arc just to give a little bit of closure to the story that I had started on Scarosi. Not any closure to the overarching story, because I kind of I kind of started on that shakily because I didn't trust my original plan that I had planned for Brother Swan, and I probably should have. That was when I was right out of college. So, when you're in college, everything you know is wrong. And so I didn't trust my original plan, and so I tried to kind of design it around what I thought other people said was good story writing and good ideas and stuff, and I'm like, well, nope. There was a reason I made those decisions initially, and maybe I should have maybe trusted my original idea a little better. But so it's a little bit screwed up. I might take another look at it, see if I can fix it when I'm much less frustrated about it. See what I can do. It's a little tangled mess. But for right now, it's on a hiatus. Ugh. Anyway. And do I know how the story ends? I knew how it was originally gonna end. Not sure that it would make sense anymore because I changed stuff because I was insecure. Anywho, why are you always on when I'm at work? Because that's when internet is supposed to be good. Which then that was a fucking lie. Because here it is, being not great. Such fuzz. Such a fuzzy picture. So fuzzy. Also, OBS was super weird. I had to finagle to get this stupid video recording to play on OBS in the first place because Windows apps don't allow for capture. So that was weird. Anyway. My morning, how was my morning? I'm tired. That's all I got. Because I'm trying to be a responsible adult and do exercise in the morning. Which incidentally renders a good night's sleep practically worthless. But supposedly it's good for you. I'll wait to see if there are results. Have you heard the song Buckets of Rain before? It is a nice song. I think it is a nice song. I mean, I haven't heard it before. I guess I'll give that a Google later or something. Hi, Wooly. I'm trying to catch up. No internet is good at 2 a.m. This isn't 2 a.m. It's 8. Actually going on 9. Oh, goodbye, Wolf Ninja 247. I hope I didn't miss the goodbye there because I was a little behind in chat. A stream during school shall never stop me from coming. I was hoping that folks would have an easier time if it was summer, but I guess, I mean, I went to an all-year school too, so moot. Mountain time. Yes, it is. Are you a fan of D&D? I have played D&D. It is fun. Vacuum a giant flag. Good luck with your strange task. I think I'm caught up. I also, person asking for the cry tag. Give me till like maybe 9? And I'll give it a whirl. I hope you're not gone by then. I've only recorded about an hour of drawing. There are points in the drawing thing where I get up and get coffee too, so it's... And I didn't cut those out, so there will be points where the video just kind of is sitting there doing nothing. If we even get that far. I'm inclined to trust OBS saying it's green and not YouTube saying it's red. My new format is that I've pre-recorded the drawing so I can actually watch the chat. Because try as I may, I kinda can't do both. I gave it a whirl, I just don't care for just how much not talking I do when I'm drawing and so forth. Ah! Stop moving me down to the bottom, chat. I'm not done reading. Okay. I have noticed that Corn and Spirit Gang are growing less sympathetic and useful as time goes. Was this ambiguity intentional when Corn get a heroic break? Spoilers? I'm not gonna tell you what happens. You're gonna have to watch what happens and make your decisions. Okay, initially I just didn't expect there to be a lot of people in chat. I expected like 2 of you to show up so I could probably doodle and then talk to the maybe 5 people that would show up. Except for there are more than 5 people. There are 52 people. So it's not 5 or 2, it is 52. Like right now. And they're like, that's what I get for underestimating people's ability to notice when a video goes up. Y'all are so much better at it than I am. I would never rightly get a first comment. Okay. Ah! Stop it. Goodbye, Taka the squirrel, if you haven't already left because I'm behind in chat. Awesome sauce. Didn't we already discuss how the fact that my internet is only good when you're at work? How are you going to word? Oh, yeah, and then we'd have to use Discord, which would throttle my internet even more. I wish you could join me, Awesome Sauce, but I don't know if that's viable. Don't worry, Morley. I only recently learned to refresh like a mofo. When I try to watch people's streams, they just kinda don't work anyway. So, just like the video gets errors and such. So I have to wait for them to be put up to watch later all the time. If that isn't a warning red flag from the universe about doing my own streams, I don't know what is. I have so many theories about corn. It grows in the dirt. It's not fair that I make that joke. I can appreciate the artist that tries to pay close attention to the fans. Thank you for appreciation, if that is directed at me. Lord knows I couldn't do my stuff as a music producer and pay attention to chat. I figured that one's even worse, because not only are you working in the program, have to use your eyes, you have to stop and change and pay attention to sounds too, which would be even more annoying, I would think. You'll notice I wouldn't have even bothered to try to do lip syncing when I was doing the animation, actually trying to draw at the same time. That would be hell. Oh. Fan base is growing, it's exciting. It's not as exciting as people being actually willing to talk. The size of the fan base is a neat thing, but the amount of people that are actually willing to talk at me is a little more astonishing, because you can have some a very quiet fan base. They do exist. And then you have a more vocal one, which is interesting, even though it can be smaller. Yatta. I could call you on the weekend, kill my phone. I guess we could use the phone, couldn't we? Somehow. How's the animation of the story going? It's going! I'm thinking... The next 1 or 3 episodes will be weird. In that I don't know if they're 1 or 3 episodes. I'll see how it looks in the animatic. Sometimes you just the cutoff point isn't as obvious in script form. Oh yeah, I'm sure. In games require 100% of your attention. You have to have a partner reading chat. That or ignore chat entirely. OSP. Overly Sarcastic Productions. I know them. I have seen them. we have redundancies on our myth stories. Hers are infinitely more academic, despite being just as casual. It's just like, mine's so hella casual, it's dipped into hobo territory. Till, is your audio guy sort of, and Mr. Shoes a hell sort of? Also, so okay, no. My audio guy is Mr. Shoes. He does most all of the audio, except when I do part of it. TL is a voice dude. The mechanics of the show is mostly just me and Mr. Shoes with my colorists, Kaishu Manila, and then I have two new people that helped me last time. Frig. I'm gonna go look at their names again, because I don't have them memorized. BDBia and Weeb Jesus on Twitter. I don't know if that's the credits I used. It might have been Elizabeth something or other for one of them, which I think was Weeb Jesus. Or Weeb Jesus. I don't know. Okay. It's astonishing to interact with the creator. Yeah, I'm kind of a hermit. I sit in the basement and do the things. I don't know. Part of it is that I don't want to faff too much with your guys' interaction with the show. Because rather a large percentage of it is your personal understanding of everything's going on, and I don't want to screw with stuff. Screw with your how you take in the show, because it's a little bit Rorschach-y. I don't know if I've ever explained Rorschach-iness. Bye-bye, Tamara Evans, if I'm not way behind. I think I am. I'm just gonna... Hobo territory. Yeah, that's what happens when things are extremely casual. We just don't care. Well, we kind of care. It would just, like, our execution is a little bit wacky. In the eye of the beholder type thing. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Some fans have a Discord server that I am kind of on. That I lurk now and again. I do lurk. I really only talk there when I feel it's relevant. Also, I don't always get updates. Okay, let's go back into the chat. It's tough to run chat and to the sections of chat, and I'm taking too long to read things. Just arrived, but wanted to tell you how amazing and impactful series was for me. I have loved everything since the beginning, and it really kept me interested. Thank you so much. Also, thank you for saying so. It's always nice to hear it, because I don't want to be left alone with my brain telling me, nah, nobody wants to read this. No one wants to watch this garbage. I was like, shut up, brain. I'm gonna let these chat people do some thinking for me for a little while. You're not helping. What is your opinion on glow-in-the-dark socks? You can find them in the morning when you don't want to turn on the light. Actually, no, that's not how glow-in-the-dark works. It absorbs light and then slowly fades, so that wouldn't be any good. Unless you wanted to put socks on after you turned off the lights for the night, and then you could go, oh, there they are, I can just put them on. That was a weird tangent. Okay. How often do you take breaks when you work? I set timers. Oh look, YouTube says I'm green. False alarm. It's back to red. You gave me hope for half a second. I take breaks. I don't know. I can't stop doing things. This is a break for me because I'm not doing anything except for talking to y'all. And I can let myself do it because something of value is happening. I have to con myself into being relaxed and stuff. I'm getting there. Little by little. Yeah, cool with Link. It's fine. Sure. Awesome Sauce has the right idea. Do all the things, rest when dead. Animators don't sleep. Lol. Speaking of, when are you gonna do a game, Awesome Sauce? Do more things. Nah, I'm kidding. I am also excited for the White Tezcatlipoca. Advice on script writing. They ask the worst grammar human being in existence. I mean, that's not fair. I can do good grammar because I passed my advanced grammar class with a B+. It's just... Ugh. Anyway. I would... the best thing for scripts would be to have a really nice, strong outline of things that happen. Like point A, point B, point C. If that skeleton is strong, then putting stuff around it is A, easier, it's faster to get things out. You'll also be able to blah, 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 blah. It'll prevent mistakes, especially when things begin to get complicated. And always write notes to yourself, even if you don't think that, oh, I won't forget this important information. You might forget the important information. Have a list of things. Don't ever forget this is a thing. Notes. Notebook. If at all possible. Just like write everything down so that you can refresh. So when things get difficult and you have writer's block, you can just kind of read through all of those notes and know what you're doing without having to rewatch everything that you did necessarily. Because that takes time. Which will only become a problem if you get way far down the road and you have a lot of content. I don't know. That's probably stuff everybody has already said, but yeah, I find it useful. You are also the best, Killian McMurphy. I did not foresee dyslexifying in the morning. I hope I said that right. How long do you intend the series of No Evil to last? Until I run out of ideas. Probably. I intend to, like, stop when... before I repeat myself? Because at that point, you just need to refresh and do a new thing. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room in there. Could probably do a lot of stuff. And I expect it'll last as long as folks also want to create content for it. And I'm not standing in the way of fan stuff. Enjoy doing fan stuff. Probably not gonna give any guff about anything, really. You make it sound like you don't know how it's going to go. Well, the thing with No Evil is that I have created a setting in which several different stories could happen. So, if ever I feel like exploring the stories that I have ideas for, I have the bones there that I can cobble together and do something new with it. That's for way down the road. I mean, I'm working on fleshed out stories right now, but there are more that I haven't done yet that I know I have the wiggle room to be able to do if I feel like doing them later. But if I don't feel like doing them later, and if they turn out to be bleh, then I haven't committed to it, and I won't, like, do a subpar story. But the option is there if I feel like it. English sucks. Everybody agrees that. It's nice that it's very malleable. Hello from Ukraine. Hello. Hello from Seattle-ish. Hello is Dr. Awesome Sauce. You have a wrench by your name and everything. Are they the remains of past beings, the dinosaur things? Yes. Yes. Do I have a given endpoint for the series in mind? I have given endpoint for the one that I'm working on now. I guess I'm wondering whether or not you're asking an end to that world in general. No. I'd like to leave it open-ended so other folks can goof around in it without me tying up everything. That's what I liked about a lot of the series that I liked. There were things that I could screw with in fanfiction if I wanted to. Do I have a favorite character? Nope. I have a parent mentality. That would make me kind of a terrible parent, maybe. I have this is a world and I'm making it thing. I'm not sure. Okay, you know what? This would be less annoying if I could just grab this. There we go. Ah, okay. Right. The splitting of the question. No biggie. I need it to be in slow mode. I'm already behind. What can you tell us about the spider lady? She's a spider lady. See, this is the thing. This is the thing with me interacting. Like, I mean, I can't tell you the story. I have to show you the story. A New Evil Bible. That's not a bad idea. Just turn all my notes into consumable information. I'd kill for no evil action figures. Funny you should mention that. You're the story writer of the team, or is more collective input stuff? I wish I could do collective input stuff, but all of my friends that are into writing stories live elsewhere. So it's just me for right now. I imagine this is what communicating through telegraph was like. I hope I didn't miss something. I feel like I might have. No. Okay. It might work well as an RPG. Maybe, kinda, sorta. Ah! Can you not? Oh crap. I completely lost chat. Stop it. I just want the window longer. Is that too much to ask? Oh, thank heavens. Okay. Does Mama Spider have a mythological counterpart? Yes. Most of them have a myth counterpart if they don't have a history counterpart. Or, I guess, literature counterpart. And most of them are composite. I kinda wanna learn to do doll repaint so I can make Kitty or someone. Get nail polish and nail polish remover. Someone will make Charles act figure and people will just throw sporks at him. Not sporks, forks. Not a bad plan. Okay. Ooh, I'm not too out of time. Okay. Telegraph is probably most advanced span of communication. Yeah, they would have telegraph technology. Though telephones won't be too terribly far behind because Alexander, if y'all haven't picked up on that one yet. I need to learn how to faff with the settings. Ah. Okay, mostly the Charles is Dr. Awesome Sauce was a thing that was initially a mistake, and then I thought it was funny. Yeah, what Dr. Awesome Sauce said. There's a lot of it. I'm sure a lot of No Evil would be set in an Appalachian type setting. It's an entire planet. There has to be a lot of topography, habitat, whatever. And now I have to go look up who invented a telephone. Oh. The gig used for frogs thing. It's funny. It is funny because it's twisted. Charles should win No Evil. Yes, No Evil, the game we play. Stop it. I have too much computer. What are your thoughts on Wooloo? The sheep? Did I remember that correctly? Did I remember that correctly? Yes, I did remember that correctly. It is round. That is my thoughts. Yeah, Marie. That was the other sheep that I know about. And they look astonishingly similar, being round and fuzzy. Yeah, I don't know where the cat is. Probably upstairs. It's astonishing that she hasn't come in and tried to bother me yet. Charles needs a hug and some tea, maybe some friends, and time out. It's not fair that he is given the power of timeout, considering he is needing of the timeout. But life isn't fair. Yes, my fake cat that is totally not real and totally doesn't bother me for food every morning. Wow, you're good. Teach me your ways. Except, I feel it important to mention to anybody new here, this is pre-recorded. I am not drawing and talking at the same time. Y'all haven't even been presented with my dog yet. And Amarok had to sit on him, and he doesn't like wasting so much time sitting on people. He has things to do. My dog has emotions that override everything. And doesn't see things 2 feet in front of her face. And then is shocked when they appear 2 feet in front of her face because she didn't know they were coming. I read Wooloo, my mind adds extra of Wooloolulu. That's what I do with Ratatatatata. Initially, and I haven't stopped. No, I'm not psychic. How long was Amarok sitting on Charles? I don't know. A minute or two to give him a stern talking to. Then he had to skin things, and that stuff can't wait. It is a miracle that he hasn't been smacked around yet. Yeah, 1800s is the section I've kind of aimed for the most part. The best tech is in big cities. So she's kind of like Hui, your dog. Yeah, except for more chicken. Okay, how often do you get called a furry in the comments? Not really ever. I mean, I'm sure it's happening somewhere. I just don't see it. I gave an explanation and everybody's like, cool. Because I don't know anything about that fandom. Is it a fandom? I don't know the appropriate word. So I'm hoping no one will come with obscure terminology and ask me things, and I will be completely blank, and I'm like, what? So far, no one's done that. Wish you could bring back Swingers. I loved it. Oh, I want it back too. But I would have to start over. Because it was a learning animation. I did a lot of learning on that. And I also had a terrible mic. And the jump in quality would be massive. community. Okay, yeah, that's probably the word I was looking for. Hmm. I don't even know who those people are that are the bad things. So, like, eh. But it's a walking sauna, awesome sauce. No. That's good for you. No, not really. Argretsuku is a thing that I've heard of. I don't I haven't had much opportunity to watch a lot of Netflix shows because I haven't been able to bum off my friends who have Netflix. Or steal it because I don't have much time. My main contribution to the community is memes and edits of shows, screen taps, non-original art related to show. Is that something you're opposed to? No. I freaking love memes. They're funny. I can't really do them very well myself because whenever I try to do anything, my brain goes, no, you should just sit and lurk. So now it feels weird whenever I try to start. Because I'm like, well, now you've committed to only lurking. You did this to me, brain. You did this, and now I'm not here. But I do love memes. So go ahead and meme. Some people know the furry community by CSA episode. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I know furry community tangentially by being interested in, by reading web comics that also appeal to furries, and just like being aware, playing certain games that would appeal to them. So, and one of my friends, I think is one. Sushi just asked. So I'm like, whenever I have a question, I ask her. So I only really have positive associations, even if I don't know anything about anything. So y'all are fine with me. If you were worried about it, I'm just clueless. Yay, puns! If it means that much to you. A draw along stream. That was fun, and that was I feel like a good idea. It was just, it took a lot of prep. Because I was trying to get a hold of stuff that was, like, I wouldn't get in trouble for putting it on. Like, no one would accuse me of stealing it because it was, like, license free type stuff. And I was trying to be all responsible and stuff. But that meant it was harder to do. And there was a lot of prep work. And I already said that. So I want to do it again. I just have to have the time to do the prep. I was very confused about that. Good me, Memrock has Kratos having him respond boy every time he does something dumb. Okay, this was confusing because, and I get reprimanded for this because I read that as Kratos, which is from Tales of Symphonia, who is also a dad-like figure. But now Kratos is a dad-like figure, and that's usually what everybody's talking about when it's doing the dad thing. So this is confusing for me because I always get reprimanded for pronouncing his name wrong because I thought you were talking about Symphonia, where it is pronounced that way. So yeah, that was a dumb tangent. What mic do you use? It is a AT AR-ATR. Oh, Awesome Sauce has it down. ATR 2500. Bye-bye, Veggie Dragon 1000. My voice is annoyingly high when I hear it played back. Everybody here thinks it's a lot lower than it is. Like, and besides, the important part of the voice acting thing is the acting thing. So, there's still hope. The actual tone doesn't necessarily matter except for in that it matches the character it's coming out of. A more commercialized version of No Evil with funding, staff, and maybe a Netflix deal. Okay, I guess Netflix is less obnoxious about these, for lack of a better term, editorial mandates than all the other ones, but part of the reason I enjoy doing No Evil and prior swingers and what have you was because I like to issue myself challenges and do things that are challenging, and like networks and stuff kind of don't want challenging. They'd be very annoyed with wanting to do and this isn't just doing risque stuff, but doing just difficult stuff. Stuff like the sign language. I feel like I would have to fight tooth and nail just to do the sign language, which is infinitely more work than actually doing the sign language itself. I was like, no, that'd be too much work and effort to do it right and have people. There's too much hand movement. We need to cut corners, is what I feel like I get from networks and such whenever I hear about them. But, I mean, that could be changing in the current climate. Who knows? And that was just an example. It's not like they have turned down doing sign language before. I'm not the first person to do it. Even in English, I'm not the first person to do it. I believe Disney's Little Mermaid had sections where they had a sign language character that was doing accurate sign language. So it's possible. We're coming to the end of what I have recorded. Bye-bye, Carrot Kirk. Walking Dead isn't animated. They kickstarted an entire animated series by themselves. Critical Role is a big deal. I'm still relatively small potatoes. Ish. Although I do have a horrible habit of underestimating things. I'm getting close. Gosh, I wish sign language was just integrated into the culture. It's so convenient. It's truly, truly convenient. Stop it. There we go. I'm gonna answer a couple of questions and probably draw this to a close because I've run out of material. What is your favorite anime or show? What do you recommend someone to watch? My favorite anime or show is Ronin Warriors. I would not recommend it. Yoroid and Samurai Troopers. Unless you like watching something dumb. Samurai Troopers is fine. It's the Japanese version. It's just kind of low budget and it's got a somber tone and that's not too bad and there are cute boys. Ronin Warriors is a laugh riot so bad it's good, which is the English dub. They didn't kind of get the memo on the tone. What would you recommend for someone to watch? Heck, I don't know. I have a lot of furries in the audience. Jusenchi Go Kiba. That's up my alley because it references a lot of myth. But there are furry jokes in there. I think you all would appreciate it. Some of those go over my head. I need ASL because my aunt and uncle are deaf and tiny cousin is not a real sister. You will eventually run into someone who cannot hear. Knowing some kind of sign language is quite beneficial. I tried to use Memrise for ASL just to memorize stuff. And once you have the alphabet, you're set for basic communications because you can always fingerspell frigging everything. My high school had sign language classes and watched so many conversations going on across a loud classroom. See, that's the kind of thing that's valuable. Being able to talk to somebody when you have to be quiet. You don't interrupt stuff. You can just kind of sign at somebody across the room. Are you self-taught artist? Initially, I by accident did stuff that was like correct for you to do, which was draw from life. I just happened to be interested in it, which is a good thing to do when you're starting out and trying to be accurate as possible. Some folks aren't lucky enough to actually be interested in doing a thing that is good for your artistic eyeballs. But after that, I did stuff in high school and then went to a horrible school for it. I think I have this wallpaper on my DeviantArt to download. Like, if you want it. I don't think I recommended, except for Jusechi Kolkiva, which was for the furries in the audience. See there. It's also vintage Sunrise, and I really like old 90s anime and 80s anime and early 2000s anime. Is there a reason you're attracted to particular bits of folklore? Because I grew up on it. It's really as simple as that. Live chats don't allow links, do they? Do they not? Ah, Funkin' Wagnall. How about one of y'all, if Awesome Sauce will post that? I think we asked for a link, a Discord link earlier in the chat, and if Awesome Sauce does it, I can retweet it on Twitter or something. Or wherever. Do you live in Canada, America, or Europe? US. What do you think of cyberpunk genre? It is fun and, well, dour, but I enjoy the setting. Normally dour. I'm going to art school that isn't comforting, Dr. Sauce. Hey, huh? I grew up in South Dakota. I swear Betsy's accent is deeply familiar. We're sorta neighbors? State neighbors? Kinda. Artist telling don't go to art school, music saying don't go to music school. That's a pattern. Well, I mean, in this contemporary world with access to a lot of stuff that is valuable for learning without having to fork over a huge wad of dough that is going to be a problem if you become a starving artist. Yeah, recommending that you prioritize trying out the cheaper version of stuff before going whole hog into art school is maybe a good idea. Yeah, I would have said something about that, but I didn't know what was up with that woolly world. The reason I don't go to is you learn one type of art. One of my I guess that depends on where you're going. But they do tend to have pick favorites as far as art types. Alright. Okay, I think I have sped through the last of the questions. So, I might be calling it quits, y'all, since we ran out of material. Okay, I can do this one last question. When Crown Prince made a scribble kibble about you, how did you react? Oh, neat. I was more interested in finding yet another analytical animation channel that wasn't, well, completely and terribly cynical all the time. This is very in vogue right now, and you can get sick of seeing the same thing over and over. Oh, it's balanced analysis. How nice. Alrighty. I will see you all later. I'm gonna see if I can't make more pre-recorded animations that aren't spoiler-tastic. Ta-ta!